I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Wednesday, August the 19th. Coming in this week real draggy. We need some positive news. Last week's Friday news there that Tyson decided to close that Denison, Iowa beef plant really kind of put a damper on things. We need some bullishness to come out, especially on the beef end with the beef product. We need something with exports. We need some consumer demand news, something to really prop this thing up. There's still good demand for feeder cattle, but that's not enough to hold up the whole beef sector here. Last week's direct fed cattle traded on a negotiated basis was hardly anything. We had some decent prices middle of the week. Colorado traded some cattle at 153. But then it got so depressed there late in the week and we didn't hardly have any trade. The whole 5-area feeding region only had less than 36,000 head of negotiated sales. You hear me harping about these feedlot guys not selling cattle out front and adding to the captive supply. That's why, because when we get into the week, the slaughter's been so light that they just don't need any cattle. When they don't need any cattle, how are you going to get a weighted average price to sell $2 over, or how are you going to sell on the high for the week whenever there's no chance of getting much of a market? The average for live steer was 150.62, which was only down 51 cents. And dressed was actually higher. Dressed steer average price was up 84 cents at 238.44, but we expected to gain $2 or $3 after we gained 3 or 4 there the week before. But really hard to do. The board's been kind of draggy this week. Live cattle have been lower on the August. The out fronts have had a little bit of support, but not a whole lot. We're settling here Tuesday on live cattle, August 147.20 in the late stages of the spot month, and it's $3 over $3 back of what the cash market is. So that's real draggy. Feeder cattle have been back and forth, settling Tuesday at 214.55. Your cash feeder cattle sales are lower. Big markets on Monday were steady to $5 lower. As you look at your Joplin Regional Stockyards market report on Cattle Market Central there, you see on the weighted average changes there that your losses outweighed the gains in most parts there, and especially on some of those lighter weights and weights that aren't that well represented, some big losses there. But you get into the heavier volume there where your yearlings are at, and you sure see the market's quite a bit lower. You look at some other markets. McCook, Nebraska there on Monday had a better sale. They had some load lots of yearlings there. You see them featured there. 3 loads weighed from 850 to 900 pounds, bring 212 or 212 and change. Had 1 load weighed to touch over 9 there, bring 215.10. But we're just looking for some bulls this week. That's 3 minutes. We'll talk to you on Friday.